It's Monday. We're live. We're here. It is May 1st. It's an extra special Making Moguls. And I'm here. I'm live in Brooklyn. And we're doing an extra special today because new month, new moves. And today we decided to switch it up because Making Moguls has to grow, right? Making Moguls has to expand because that is all we are about. And in that, we are shifting. And now, today, for the first time in a long time, we will be doing a virtual yet in person style video. And so today, I have with me the amazing, the one and only Nicole Marie, VP, joining me from Cleveland, Ohio. Everybody, I hope you guys are excited for this. Hey, how you doing, Nicole? How you doing today?
Hi. Wow, that's a very nice intro. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
I'm
Um,
doing good. Giving God the praise, and glory for
it's
life, another
beautiful.
day on the earth. And thank you to Alan for setting this up,
Shout
decent
out to
business.
Alan for setting this up. Shout out to Don for connecting me. Shout out to the whole network because only 6 degrees of separation for making everything happen. And so now we're
Yeah.
here on Making
Oh yeah,
Moguls
time.
where they either win with us or they watch us win. And so we like to start off our episode every Monday, with our small wins because, you know, we have a tendency to celebrate the big wins, celebrate what the milestones are. But, at this show, we like to celebrate the small wins that get us to the big wins. Okay?
Okay,
That sounds good to you, know, Nicole?
that sounds good.
All right, perfect. So, do you want to start or should I start?
Sure, you can start.
Okay, so my small win, um, oof, my small wins, a lot of big ones. Um, because yesterday, for those that don't know, we had the Mogul Market, which is a monthly pop up shop that we do here in Brooklyn. That gives exposure to up and coming businesses and vendors and up and coming entrepreneurs, as well as we do a panel every month um, discussing different topics and bringing in experts in that field. And we also have artists perform. And so this week, just like this show, I had to handle it by myself with the help of my guys back behind the stage, and we put on an amazing show yesterday, full of value. We did a Black Excellence panel. That was amazing. Hearing everyone be able to share their own value, being able to uplift the community, being able to lead that event. I haven't hosted an event by myself in a little while, so being able to step back into that field and be able to feel that um, was amazing. Today's a very
Nice.
special birthday, so shout out to Sydney because it's her birthday.
Happy
Hey,
birthday.
and so yeah, today's just so many wins today. So
Yeah.
Monday, that's my week. That's what I'm feeling. It's a vibe, and I love it.
Oh, I like your energy. That's
Thank you,
very,
thank
very
you, thank you,
cool.
thank you.
Yeah.
What about
Uh,
you? What's your small win?
my small win, well, to be honest, my small win, I would have to say is the win was my nephew was in the hospital and he was sick and he's only 4 years old. And the win is that he came out healthy and
Hey, health is wealth, baby.
he came out healthy and he's good. Thank you, Jesus. And then that's all I can say. That's a big win, actually. It's
That's
a
a
small
big,
win
big
and a big
one.
win.
That's a big,
Yeah.
big one. I'm so happy to hear that. I'm happy he
Yeah.
pulled through. He's out the
Thanks.
hospital.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. It's
Yeah.
beautiful. Phew, yeah. Thank God for that. Like,
Hmm.
that's all I really could say to that. Like, thank God for that. That is
So scary seeing a
amazing.
little 4 year old in a hospital bed. It's almost like you're too young to be going through this.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
It
it's
gets
scary.
terrifying.
Hmm.
Um, but it reminds us that the uncertainties of life are always there, and that we got to take it all for a blessing. Every moment that we have is a blessing, even the
Yeah.
scary ones.
Right. I agree.
And no matter what, we get back to it, and we get back, and we shine our light, and we get to it. So
Yeah.
let's get into it because I want these people to know that we got Nicole Marie here, okay? And they better be ready for this conversation because we're really going to dive into it. Not only are you an artist, not only are you a musician, but you also are the chief brand ambassador for Jatango. So let's get into that. Let's talk about Jatango. Let's talk about how you got into it. Let's talk about how can it benefit the people? Like,
Mhm. Well, for Jatango, I'm actually the co-founder of Jatango,
you're the
and
co-founder
mhm.
and the chief brand ambassador. Okay, let's
So
really get into this.
my brother is really the genius. He's the one behind it. His name is Phil, and he is a computer nerd, and he he figured out a way to. Have you ever gone live on Facebook?
Yes, I have.
Okay. So we have a company called Jatango, and if you ever seen Facebook Live, that's what we do. We have a platform where we just give you the tools, and it adds a buy now button to your Facebook Live, and you can switch products while you're live. So
Oh, wait, I've
you can
seen
literally
that.
be live and have your store underneath with all of your merchandise, and as soon as
Yeah.
the people want to buy, you just hit the buy now button, and that's money instantly in your account.
Yeah, wait, yo, I swore I seen that. Do you guys run ads or
Jatango,
something?
yeah, well, I mean, Jatango is like we take 5.5% for Jatango and then 2.9% for Stripe, which is our payment processor. But we don't, it's mostly that's nothing,
Yeah, that's
So there's no
nothing.
monthly fees or anything like that.
That is dope. Wow. Cool,
Yeah,
cool, cool. Wow.
yeah.
Um, so let's talk about this platform for a second. Seeing as it helps e-commerce and help you monetize from your live audience that's already built
Mhm.
into your Facebook following. One, is it only for Facebook?
No, it's on every. You can actually copy and paste the link wherever that link can go on all social media. So everything that can go live. So Instagram, Facebook, Twitch, IG, and so forth. You can always pin the link, and then you can keep that link where the link keeps sharing for weeks. A lot of our people who are selling, they'll use that link, and then they might not sell right away that day, but they keep pushing their links out, their notifications to their friends with that link, and they buy it like next week or the week after.
Got you,
So it's
got you,
really
got
cool.
you.
Yeah, we have a lot of upcoming people, a lot of upcoming companies on our platform. We have a lot of starting to get a lot of different celebrities on the platform, and so it's really a blessing that we're able to do good with it. And then we're working on a new type of thing where we can use some of the incoming money to help charities and so forth and stuff like that. So
And you guys are making this socially responsible. Wow, like I'm just blown away because
yeah.
first and foremost, like the fact that it can be crossed across so many different platforms, wherever you can go live. So on your Instagram live, you can drop this link and people can buy now from it. On
Yeah.
your YouTube, like just like we are here now, if we had something to sell, it'd be right down there at the bottom.
Now you have all these mogul shirts you're wearing. You can literally sell these
We
bad
could
boys.
sell these while you guys watch us live. You see, look at
Yeah.
that. Look
Hit the
at
buy now
that.
button and the
Click
money
that
goes in
buy
your
now,
account.
and there we go. Look at that. That's amazing.
Yeah.
And that like to get you, like you guys are building up the network. You guys are building up the platform. So now, what was the inspiration behind Jatango?
My brother, my brother is, I really look up to him. I love him with all my heart. He's one of these people that are just super genius. And he, um, he just had, so many different visions in his life. Before this, he was running like an internet television company in New York City. And he figured, at the time it came about because we were going live interviewing celebrities in New York, and but we weren't making a lot of money with the company. And then one day we went live, and at the bar where we had this club, we were going live, and somebody had a drink up, and the one guy commented, "I'll buy that drink for you. I'll buy you a drink." And then we realized you can make money live. Like
Wow,
that was one
live.
of the
Yep.
ways he figured, oh wow. And we had like $200 or $300 that day just
Oh
coming
wow,
up.
just coming off the live. Yep.
people messing around, like, I'll buy that girl a drink, or I'll get your host a drink, and it's like it was crazy. So he came up with this idea. Well, we can monetize while we're live, and then it took a lot of time to work with different tech people and coders, and
Yep.
he's got people from around the globe working on this bad boy. So it's not something that happens overnight,
Not
but
at all.
yeah, it takes a lot of time and effort. But yeah, him and Michael Eric really, his partner really are doing a great job.
Okay, okay, that's amazing. That sounds so wonderful, and I'm happy to hear it. And I wish this all the success. So how would you describe your role at the company?
Me, I'm just, I never thought I'd be doing this because this is not something that I said I woke up one day and was like, yeah, I want to, do a Jatango thing. But it was just, I'm a people person. So
Mm-hmm.
I always keep a lot of my relationships for many years, 20 years, and I'm a people person. So
Mm-hmm.
my role is just talking to people about Jatango, and getting them on board, and making it happen. And when I see an item or create somebody who is creative, I want them to come on board, and then I'm gonna push it, and I'll promote it on all my platforms. And so that's kind of where I am. I don't really know what exactly I do. I think I do a whole bunch of stuff. Sometimes you gotta grind it
Gotta
out.
wear a
Sometimes
bunch
you
of
gotta
hats.
grind
You
it
gotta wear
out, right?
multiple hats. People always ask me
Yeah,
what do I
yeah,
do, and I just laugh every time. A
yeah,
lot. Like, so
yeah, a
definitely, I
lot.
definitely understand that, and especially as an artist yourself, I see how that ties into being a people person, as well as like connecting with other creatives as well. I see
Mhm.
why creatives are a soft spot. Like, how when did you start? Like, first, let's define your type of art. Like, what kind of music do you make?
I'm a writer and I'm a
Mm-hmm.
singer, and I write all different types of music. So it could be anything from country to pop to R&B, hooks for rappers on choruses, like anything. I'm just a
Ah,
creative
it's
soul, and I
creative.
love writing.
And when did you start writing?
My brother, he brought me into the studio when I was like 8, 9 years old,
Wow.
and I remember he was doing music, so it was like, okay, maybe my sister can sing, my little sister
Hmm.
can sing a hook or something, and that's how it kind of went down. And then I just ever since then, it's
Yo,
a passion.
shout out your brother first and foremost,
Yeah.
because this man's really putting in a lot of work,
Oh
and to
man.
support his sister in such a way to like help you, give you that opportunity to find your own passion by putting,
Hmm.
giving you the opportunity. That's amazing. Because a lot of, I know myself when I was younger, I didn't like my brother being in a lot of my endeavors when I was, still figuring it out. So the fact that he had the awareness to put you in that position is amazing.
That now that you said it, it is kind of crazy. It's like, well, how did he see that vision when I was a kid? I was only
Hmm.
8 or 9, so yeah,
Nice, nice, nice,
yeah.
nice, nice. And as per your music, because I want to
Mhm.
tap into that real quick. Um, like, what would you say are some of your key moments on your journey from like when you started 8 to now?
Um, I think a lot of great things have happened to me in my life. I've opened up for summer extension jams,
Oh wow.
92.3 FM, WZAK extension jams. I opened up for John B, Silk, Wild Orchid. I've done a lot of different shows. I've opened up in Miami at the American Airlines Arena. I've
Mm.
won Conquer Entertainment, their best of the booth. I've done a lot of great things that I never thought I would ever get. And then I'm going to be performing at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in September. Shout out to Johnny O and the Nerve DJs and Shawnee Sean and everybody, Big Half and DJ Squirt. I'm really excited about that. That's September 22nd. Just really feel blessed that people like my music, and want me to perform and do things.
That's amazing. Congratulations. Not only are you a writer, but you're also a performing artist. And
Yeah.
like, yeah, with quite a resume under your belt. What's your favorite thing about performing?
Uh, I don't know. I think I get very nervous when I perform.
Oh wow.
I think the best part about it is actually the rehearsals, and just doing like the background, getting with the background girls and learning some chords and singing backgrounds with them and playing piano and, coming up with a routine or something like that, hearing harmonies. Like I'm into that type of stuff. Not really you know, I'd rather be behind the scenes sometimes than be
Uh-huh.
like in the front. I'm kind of a shy person, even though people wouldn't think that I kind of am. So
Yeah, I definitely get that. Definitely get that. And
yeah.
that's amazing that for with all of that, you still find the power to step out in front and really just shine when it's your time. Um, that's really interesting that you said the rehearsal, and
Yeah.
like big shout out to that because I want to tap in with that and be like, artists rehearse. Please
Yeah.
take time to rehearse. I know that the industry likes to make it seem that like the best of the best just get up and do it, but it takes a lot of practice and
Mhm.
a lot of skill, and skill is honed time, and I think a lot of people forget that, you know, and
Yeah.
so shout out to that, and in that, like, what would you say are some routines that you've like adopted in your music career that you feel help you along your goal?
Routines, I would say, I don't know. I mean, honestly, I like to work out. I like
Mm.
to work out to get my mind right. I like to try to eat healthy, but sometimes that doesn't always work.
Yeah, it's tricky.
Um,
Yeah,
I
it's
don't know. I
tricky.
think the routine is waking up and praying and asking God to guide me in the right direction every day, and that's my routine. Like I don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow. I don't know what's gonna happen. So I just kind of like do the best that I can, and that with the people that I have relationships with. I have a song out right now. It's called Fireworks.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, it's produced by DJ Ron G, and it's getting a lot of radio play, and a lot of people are, messing with it. So I'm excited about that. We did the
Nice,
video,
nice.
shot the video in New York.
Hey,
Um,
is the video out right now?
yeah, the video's out. It was shot in Harlem and in Times Square by Big Veg, the director of Big Veg.
Oh wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
All right, well we're gonna drop that link in the comments. I mean, in the description later on, not today
Okay.
because I'm not gonna do that right now. But down there in that
Yeah.
description, you'll find the link to your music video because definitely
Yeah.
people
And
need to
shout
see
out to
that.
Sherwin XL and Big Vegas and Big Veg and Ron G. They, all helped put together a really cool video. So
That is dope. And you got to shoot it in Harlem and New York and Times
yeah.
Square. So I said
Yeah.
Harlem and New York like they're not the same thing. But yeah,
Yeah.
Harlem and Times Square. So that's really dope. It was really tied into the culture. Um, how were you able to amass such a network? Like what was what's your secret sauce, as they say, to like making your connections?
I've never been an industry person, just
Hmm.
a real laid back, chill type of person. Like I just I believe in my relationships and keeping them and being good to people. And I think that's the key. You give what you get, and you have to, there's karma. So you have to like treat people good and be honest up front with people. You know, I don't like
Definitely.
when people BS me, so I don't want to do that to anybody else.
Definitely. That's that. I mean, that's exactly what it is. Showing up as your authentic self and making sure that people can feel your energy, because people
Yeah.
connect with people. Like no matter what your story is, and yeah, stories are very important because that helps
Hmm.
people identify with you. But that energy is really what connects people. So that's amazing. And so along your journey, obviously things haven't always been the easiest. What would you say are some learning points that you've experienced that helped you grow?
Well, one of them was so I was pretty much growing up. I was born in Cleveland, Ohio, but most of my life I lived in New York.
Mm.
So when I
What
was
part of New
living out
York?
there, uh, a whole bunch of different spots,
Oh
but
yeah, I mean,
100
yeah.
110 First Avenue,
Okay.
um, in East River. I lived on 9th Avenue. I lived on 51st and 59th and First. I lived all over the place. I lived on 48th and 9th Avenue. So I've lived everywhere pretty much. But the learning experience is you know, when you lose everything or when you hit rock bottom and you have to start over again, that's always the hard part. But in that part, I had to come back to Cleveland and just like, get my thoughts together on how I was gonna regroup, and come back stronger. And that's the learning part. That's the hard part. That's the part where you're stuck in solitude and you're not around everybody in New York and you have to go get a regular job and do these type of things and grind and then you're like humbled by that and you realize that you learn so much,
Yeah.
you learn so much. And then when you do gain the strength to get everything back again, that's when you come back stronger because you appreciate everything that you have. And then you also remember to be nice to people and good to people. Maybe I wasn't always, who knows, but you always think about where you could have went better, where you could have went, did things better.
That
That's a
self,
learning curve.
yep, that self reflection is key, and that willingness to improve and that willingness to embrace circumstances as lessons and not just as failures. Because a lot of people are so afraid to fail that they won't give themselves the grace to succeed.
Yeah.
And so I'm happy you really tapped into that because a lot of people don't understand that like success is not the opposite of failure, it's the culmination of all the lessons you learn from your failures.
Hmm.
And so especially as an artist, because there's no blueprint to becoming an artist. Yeah, there's other people that did it and you can like learn from them, but there is no blueprint in your art, in your success. It is your journey to carve in stone from the granite that is life. And so like you really have to hone in, and you said like in those quiet moments when you are by yourself and you don't have those people around you,
Yeah.
you really got to sit there. You really got to decide if that's really for you, if this is the
Right.
life you really want, and how much more are you going to give in to it. So I'm happy you stuck with it, and I'm happy that you were able to keep pushing forward to the point now you have an amazing single that is rocking and
Thank you.
getting things going.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I
No
really do.
problem. And I hope the people that are listening can really take this and learn from it because this is very important stuff.
Yeah.
So, in that, what would you say is like specifically now with your music and your music
Mhm.
creation, especially as somebody who's been a writer, both for yourself and for other people?
Mhm.
How do you like network your skills and your talents to like be valuable to other people? Because I know a lot of people out there like might want to write, but they don't know who to give their music to or what direction to look in. So like, what
Mhm.
how does one go about being a music writer?
I don't know the blueprint for it because things have happened to me where maybe people start seeing my music online and then they hit me up like, "Oh, I heard you're a writer. Do you want to jump on this chorus or can we do a feature or those type of things started to happen to me a lot, which was real new, brand new in the last couple of years. And then um but they always have these little things, these gimmicks, like you can sign up for this or you can do that or you can I don't know, I've never done any of that type of stuff. I think it's
Mm-hmm.
more like because I don't know what's real and what's not real. Like sometimes
Yeah.
you'll sign up for something and then it'll be like, I don't want to say the name of the company, but I know there's this, like, certain companies out there that, oh yeah, we're gonna get you your music here and there. I think that the most important advice I could give is, if you're a writer, you should make sure that you're either signed up with BMI or
Mm-hmm.
ASCAP or a PRO company.
Yeah.
And then once you are signed up with them, make sure that you know how to copyright your music. Make sure
Mm-hmm.
that you know how to register it correctly with BDS, SoundScan, all those type
Uh-huh.
of things. So that when you do get your radio play, that it's it's charting and you can track it. I mean, what's the point of doing all that work if you can't if you can't see it, right?
Exactly, exactly. And for those that don't know, a PRO is a performance rights organization.
Mm-hmm.
Um, when you create a song or any original works, you are entitled to what is called the publishing rights. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and so, what a performance rights organization does is when you register with them, like when you create a song, you're entitled to what is called royalties. Whenever your music is played anywhere,
Mm-hmm.
and the performance rights organization, in exchange for either a percentage or a fee, collects your royalties on your behalf, and you register
Yeah,
your
you
music with
also get
them.
paid for like performances. They have a new spot on BMI. It's a couple of years old, maybe 3 years old.
Mm-hmm.
I forget. I think it's called BMI Live, but it's where you can actually sign up, and if you're performing, you can write down the name of the venue,
Ah, there you go. Yes, because
and
venues
then
have
they'll
to.
pay you.
Yeah, because venues have to register with
Yeah,
performance rights organizations because they are streaming your music,
right.
and anytime you play someone's music, you're supposed to pay a
Yep.
royalty for using their music. That's how the music industry is supposed to work. Um, yeah, it doesn't always
Yeah.
work like that, but that's how it's
No.
supposed to work.
Mhm.
And so, yes, I'm glad you talked about that and making sure that you own copyrights to your music. Because yes, technically, by the time when you create it, um, you have a copyright because the poor man copyright is a thing. Um, but registering your copyright is the way to make it enforceable and to prove that you were the first person to create that song. Because the last thing you need to do is create a song and not think about the copyrights and just put it out
Mhm.
there, and somebody is like, "Oh, I like that song," and takes all of your stuff, and then they go register it, and they're like, "Well, it
Yeah.
wasn't registered, now it's mine," and
Yeah.
now
A
you
real
got it.
company is not going to accept anything that's not registered. The first thing, if it's a real company, they're going to say, "Hey, do you have proof of copyright, proof of PRO?" Like they look at that.
Yep, 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 yep.
It so
And I'm glad you said that because, like, I in the music industry, it is difficult. It is
yeah,
very difficult to identify what is legitimate and what's not,
right. Very,
especially
very hard.
because a lot of artists go into the music industry with a dollar and a dream, and they don't take the time. And there is lack of like resources that have existed, not so much anymore because the internet exists and a lot of organizations out there, but there's not a lot of visibility on it. um, a lot of artists don't take the time to learn all of these things that we talked about today, like who owns the copyright and all of these other things. Um,
Mhm.
and that is very, very important because they don't know how to navigate and what to look for when it comes to having
Sorry.
a proper profile and proper understanding for the music industry, and proper not only knowing how to market yourself properly and put yourself out there and by fulfilling the proper checklists, but also to be able to vet and understand companies properly, because people just be like, oh, this company promised me this, this, and this, and this, and they didn't even see the red flags of the fact that this company hasn't asked for any registration, hasn't even done the homework to vet your music. They're like, oh, you got a lot of spins, oh, we're going to sign you. And a lot of
Yeah.
people jump for that stuff, unfortunately, due to lack of
Mhm.
education and, starving artist mentality. And I want to take this time to tell artists to do your homework, hire the right
Right.
team, and get the right people around you, because what you do is valuable. Like the work that you create is valuable. Your
Mhm.
intellectual property, because a copyright is a form of intellectual property,
Mhm.
is valuable and has value, and that is key to keep gold. And so, yeah, I just wanted to
Yeah.
I wanted to say that real quick. Um,
Yeah. No, makes sense.
yeah. So yeah, talking about your music again. So you've been doing music since you were 8. Um, oof, and you've done quite a lot.
That's what
Quite a
I
lot.
said. Whew,
Um,
it's been a while.
yeah. What was like one of the most unexpected things that you experienced while developing your music career?
A lot of stuff. My brother and I we used to, we used to go back in when New York only had payphones.
Mm.
We used to wake up in the morning early, 5 in the morning, and we used to go to the payphones, and we had a notebook, and we used to write down everybody we met because we didn't know anybody.
Mm-hmm.
We used to meet people in the streets, and it's New York, so you're meeting a lot of different people.
Yep, from all over
One
the place. Yep.
so one time, me and my brother met these people. I don't know. We met somebody on the train. They said that they knew so and so. They bring me to so and so, and I don't know how we ended up in Brooklyn in the basement of some place that I have no idea where we were at. But it was just like we were that fearless.
Wow,
We
you
were
guys
that
really was
fearless.
go-getters.
Yeah, we were fearless, but I look back at it and I'm like, oh my gosh, well, we were crazy. Like that's crazy. Who does that? Like, and we would go every morning and make phone calls on the payphone and call everybody up and make the list and meet everybody. We treated it as a business, and that's what my brother taught me at a really young age. We treated everything as a business. So I didn't understand that. I was like, oh no, we're gonna go try to do this or that. And he was like, no. Um, it was always real methodical with him. Like,
Wow, kudos to him.
uh,
Now I definitely got to have him on the show at some point because
oh yeah, he's a great guy.
yeah, this man.
Um,
This man was, sheesh. He been putting in the gym since young.
yeah,
That's
he
what's
got
up.
me in my first band out there. I had like a 7, 8 piece band, and
Oh wow.
but it's just like the grind. Just unexpected things happen when you're new and you don't know anybody out there in New York. We didn't know anybody, so we had to build something out of nothing. And I remember, oh gosh, I remember every morning waking up, going to this little restaurant on Ninth Avenue. I remember it was like I don't remember, it was like a breakfast spot. And we used to just go there and eat, write down our notes. I don't
Mm.
know why we weren't using cell phones at the time, but this was early 2000, 1999. I mean, this is like before I even knew how to text
Mm.
on a phone. Like, so just different experiences, meeting a whole bunch of crazy, crazy people and just going wherever they set up for us to go. And then how weird is that? Like, who does that? Especially living in New York all these years, not to talk to people on the train.
Yeah, while you're right, I guess that's where discernment comes in because you know not to do that, but sometimes you meet some of the best people
We
just
did. We met a few.
on a train ride, like and I appreciate the even though you guys like were your mom might not really appreciate you talking to strangers on the
No,
train.
no.
Being able to put yourself out there and be willing to put yourself out for connection is very important, very, very important because your network is your net worth. I say that all the time. That is like,
Mm.
I can't even copyright that because like that's like a saying way before me.
Yeah.
And so I hope people really take that and
My
apply
friend
it.
was a waiter.
Mm-hmm.
My friend, back in the day, he was a waiter at this restaurant, and he always had my demo on him. And
Oh
he and
wow.
one time he passed it out to somebody, and it was a lady. Her name was Tara Renee, and today she's the president of the African American Women in Cinema.
Yeah, I was like that
But
name sounds familiar.
she took my demo and called me and said that she knew somebody that could manage me. And at the time, his name was Elwood, and from that point on, I met a lot of people through Elwood.
Oh
That's
wow.
how. Yeah, so it's like I always took chances. I was always in the street taking chances. And I never I don't even wear blazers. Like I don't wear blazers. Like I just, I was really out there, like just
Taking a chance,
networking and
yeah.
meeting people. Yeah. It
And
was
that's what's up.
never.
Like you really just have to because you never know who knows who. And
Yeah.
I mean, your story just now proved it that like, that had everything in it. First of all, it had your friend who was willing to support you in such a way that
Yeah.
that is like a true supporter, because I always like to say that like you go far by yourself, but you go so much further on the lips of people who can recommend you.
Mm-hmm.
Because then it shows a person a level of selflessness that someone else is recommending you, that they're like, wow, this person must be that good. If
Yeah.
like this waiter is like risking their job to give me this demo, and then not only did this person take that opportunity, but again, you never know who knows who, because then that person called you, and she wasn't necessarily the person that you needed in that moment, but she was
Mm-hmm.
able to connect you to the person you needed in that moment.
Yeah.
Um,
And we're still friends to this day, all
yeah,
of us.
that's
20,
amazing.
30 years later, yeah.
That is amazing. Those are the stories that we need, to not only keep us grounded, but inspire the people coming along, to let them know like, you never know where you are. You never know who's watching. You never know who's listening. And it really just got to show up as your authentic self. And a lot of people don't understand that you can only do a gimmick for so long. You can only fake the funk for so long.
Mm-hmm.
And it's your authentic self that makes it really important. Um, and so we're really going to. I'm just so happy to hear that. Like really,
Mm-hmm.
because a lot of people get so afraid. So then that's the next question I'm going to ask. Like, how do you overcome the fear when connecting with people?
Uh, I still struggle with that today. I think I struggle with fear a lot of the times, um, in a lot of things that I do. But nobody would probably even know that. I do have a lot of fears, but I put my faith over my fear. So then I tell myself,
Mm-hmm.
uh, to be successful, what's your idea of success? But you have to be put in uncomfortable positions to be in a position. I mean, I noticed that all the uncomfortable positions that I've been in have only helped me.
Mm-hmm.
They've only helped me.
Mm-hmm.
Every time I was afraid to do something, I would make myself do it or push myself to do it. Even though I felt sick in my stomach, I was like, I don't think I could do this. I always pushed myself to do it. So I think it's faith over fear. That's where everybody has a different idea of what success is.
Mm-hmm.
My success is different than yours. My success could be I want to just be happy, healthy, try to live God's life, try to do the right thing by people. That could be my idea of success. And somebody else could be, listen, I need to have this, and that.
Mm-hmm. And I
So I
like
don't
that. I
know.
like that, because everybody has their own different version of success, and I wish
Mhm.
people would understand that more, because then they would. I guess I would hope that would help them feel less crabs in a barrel. Because yes, I understand that like for certain things, only one person can hold the number one spot on the chart at a time. Only one person can win the Grammy for Best Album at a time. Um, but the competition is more with yourself than it is with anyone else. And when you start realizing that, you can start stepping out of that fear that someone else is going to take your spot, because your success is yours, and what's meant for you is yours. And so, with that in mind, you can connect with someone and learn from people and support other people, because you are secure in knowing that your journey is yours and your success is yours, and no one can take your success away from you. You know,
Mhm.
and it takes a lot of learning and unlearning, really unlearning, and to step away from that fear and doubt in that, like, oh, if this person's doing it, then maybe it doesn't mean that I can't do it, and it's just not true. There's enough space in the abundance that exists to have your success as well as theirs. Your season doesn't have to be their season, and their season doesn't have to be your season. And just
Mhm.
because you see someone winning now doesn't mean that your time is still not yet in the manifestation. So
Right,
yeah,
because maybe you weren't ready for that at that moment in time.
exactly, and that's a
You
big
know,
thing
it could have
too
been the
because
worst thing that happened to you in life
yeah, it's
if
to
you.
get something that you're not ready for. Because I
Mhm.
think about that all the time. Like, some people be like, "Oh, why don't you go for it here? Why don't you take this leap here?" And I'm like, no, because I'd rather pass up an opportunity that I'm not ready for than to take it and then embarrass myself, to take it and squander it, like opportunities for me at least are not to be squandered. I take them very seriously. And
Mhm.
especially in the beginning, you're afraid to say yeah, you're afraid to say no because you don't want to miss opportunities. But as you get older and as you grow, you start realizing when things are not for you, even if they're not for you now. That's a
Mhm.
big thing that people have to learn is that if it's not for you now, then you got to step back and let that thing pass you by for that moment and trust in your ability to grow and to learn so that when it is your time to have it, that you are ready to receive it.
Yeah, that's definitely true.
So yeah,
How long have you been doing your podcast for?
oof, a year and a year and 5 months today.
Wow.
um,
Well, congratulations on your podcast. I love the name. I think the name is so dope, and I think it's got a presence about itself. It's
Thank you,
really
thank you,
cool.
thank you.
Yeah.
Shout out to I didn't get to name this podcast. My business partner Dime got to name this podcast. Also, shout out to Dime for making that happen. And we've
I've heard
been
a lot about Dime. I
yeah.
want to say hi too. I never met her, but I've heard a lot about her.
Shout out Dime.
Through
Look at you. Look at
Big
that. Look at
Vegas.
that. Your name is just running the globe. Um, and yeah, we just really like. I've been working with Dime for quite a while now. Almost a decade at this point. Um, and we've always known each other and always complimented each other in business. And for us to get to this platform and take what we do, because we both love helping other people grow, and we do consulting. We did consulting on our own, and then we started doing it together. We did marketing help on our own, we started doing it together, and it just platform just made sense to be able to take what we know as well as who we know in our network and be able to put them on platforms to help other people learn and grow. And it's also a learning experience for me. That's my favorite part about this platform is like in being able to interview you, I'm able to learn things for myself that I can take away every week, um, that I can apply to my own life. And even if it's just reminders for certain things, like putting yourself out there in a strategic way and knowing when to say no because you don't want to ruin information. That's like my favorite thing about making moguls.
Yeah.
And as a tagline slash slogan for this show is you either win with us or you watch us win. And that's the
Yeah.
only two options they got because we don't stop. Um,
That's
and
great.
speaking of don't stop, and so now that you got the single out, now it's in the rotation, what's next?
What's next? It's always a good question.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Possibly maybe a tour, maybe. I don't know. I have so many ideas, but I think what's next is I would love to be able to sell, like, I would love to be able to sell Jatango and go like public with Jatango
Mm-hmm.
and with my brother and um, maybe move back to New York. Um, that's always been my thing. Maybe come back out there. I mean, music's always going to be something that I love to do.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's always a passion, but I think my idea of success with music is different now than it was 10 years ago, you
Mm.
know?
I got you.
Um,
I got you.
so the more that I do music, the more opportunities that are coming to me, it feels like the less I'm excited about it. I don't know why, but it's just I think I'm more excited about uh, the business end of it and just like helping others and trying to do things while I'm on this earth, you know,
Nice, nice.
to help others. That's like my big thing, it's more
Mm-hmm.
important to me.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. And what's next with Jatango? Because I really wanted to tap back into that real quick. Because I really want people to understand that,
I
like,
foresee, I foresee a lot of great things with Jatango.
mm,
I foresee it being sold. I foresee it going either being public, going public, or being sold. I see a lot of people co-signing it and you know pushing it, and I see that we're getting more sellers, and just they keep piling up, and it's like word of mouth. We have a marketing team, and we haven't even started marketing yet. So we haven't even
wow,
started marketing. Mm-mm. We have a
wow.
marketing team that's going to market, and it's a beautiful marketing team. I mean, when I talk about class act, like when you go on Zoom calls, you got 10 people in IT, 10 people in marketing, 10 people who are figuring out just like marketing plan of how, Jatango is going to
Mm.
pop off. But it's like we haven't even done marketing.
Wow, that's
So
amazing. That's amazing.
yeah, I feel like it's going to do great, God willing.
Congratulations
Thank you.
on all of that. On building this amazing company up.
That's my brother. I have to give it all to my brother. That's like my brother really did all the work, man. But he deserves all the accolades for it. He works very, very hard.
Well, definitely shout out to him. Big shout out to your brother for
Mhm.
making this happen. But also a big shout out to you for representing this company so well. Because
Thanks.
you've spoken about it very eloquently, and I'm sure our viewers are excited to try Jatango. So make sure y'all check it out. Make sure y'all look up Jatango. Implement it into your live streams, especially as a way. Because it's funny because my motto for this year, my promise to our viewers is if you listen to Making Moguls over the next year, from January to December, you will increase your net worth by 20% and you'll add an extra source of income. And Jatango might just be your extra source of income.
I like it. I like
Look
it.
at
It
that.
sounds like a win-win for me.
There's a win-win right there because if you're live streaming, if you have an
Mhm.
audience, and you have a product or a service, um, you can tap that in right directly into your live stream and have your products be displayed right there on the screen. Swipe, swipe,
Yes.
swipe. And who doesn't need that? You could be like, whoa, look, it's right here.
So a lot of
And
people they're like, what is Jatango? Listen, I'm going to speak to the audience. If
yes,
you have
please.
a product and you want to sell that product live and you want to make money on all streaming social media platforms, Jatango is where it's at. So you want to be able to sell your products, whatever products it may be, we give you the platform to go live. We give you that platform. And just for FYI, like certain
Mm-hmm.
certain companies that you can sell
Mm-hmm.
on Facebook, you know how you can go to certain places you can sell stuff. They
Mm-hmm.
don't go live. So that's I think where my brother is like real genius at it. Uh, even Craigslist,
Mm-hmm.
Craigslist, if they could go live, imagine that's kind of like what Jatango could be,
Uh-huh.
So it's
Yeah,
like they're not.
definitely. Because then you can
So
put you can show your products in a very authentic way and have
right.
people like and really tap into people's attention, you know.
Hmm.
And that way you're not just not on live just, chatting and shooting the shit. You're
Yeah.
actually really connecting with your audience and marketing in a real way as well as branding yourself as an authentic creator in your space.
Right.
And that is very key, especially in today's market
Mm.
of just so much content out there to be able to stand out in an authentic way and to tap into your viewers. Even if you're already going live streaming or if you haven't started live streaming, you can tie that in a way. Just don't be too salesy. That's the only thing I will say.
Yeah.
Don't. This is not QVC. This is not HSN. Um,
It's not when you go to it, it's like people in their homes are just selling away, and we're given the opportunity to monetize.
yes,
We're monetizing for you. We're showing you how to make money, and that's where it's at. You
that's where it's
gotta
at.
want to make money. What? this is my thing, right? What is good about being famous or being out here and telling everybody about yourself if you can't make money, you can't monetize
Yep.
what you have?
Yeah, we live in the world, a strange world of people with influence, but no way to use that influence. People with followings, but no way to capitalize.
Yeah.
Um, and people are missing a lot of opportunities to really take advantage of the time that we have. And I know, yes, Instagram and TikTok and stuff like sometimes do pay you for being content creators, but what if you could take that and again add a supplemental source of income to your TikToks and your videos by adding live streaming and being able to sell your products? And I see that as a win, 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 win.
Let's get this money.
And either you win with us or you watch us win, baby. And that's how it goes. So you either, yeah, like I don't see why you wouldn't want to implement Jatango on your live stream. You guys also like this also does work for Twitch and like gamers, right?
Everything.
Okay, so then for all you gamers out there, definitely this would be great for you because you literally could just make merch and then continue to stream as normal and have your live stream promote your merchandise
Right.
right then and there. Now my brain is cooking up a whole marketing plan for streamers selling like custom mouse pads and skins. Oh my gosh, why'd you do this to me? Oh man. Okay, now I'm gonna be on live streams selling live stream stuff. I'm be like,
Oh wow.
hey, I'm be on live stream showing you how to monetize your live stream, and you're gonna buy my stuff to support your live stream. Yeah,
That's
thank
right.
you. Damn. See, now you just added me a supplemental source of income.
Oh,
Wow.
I gotta shout out Dave Carey. I forgot. Dave Carey, he's been with us for many years. He's like our head of IT. He's an amazing person, and he's also a partner with Jatango.
Mm.
And shout out to Dave Carey. If you guys are interested in uh, like just setting up a channel, all
Mm-hmm.
you have to do is call. I'll give the number. It's 440
Mm-hmm.
554
Mm-hmm.
5304. So
440-554.
5304.
5304, baby.
That's our help desk. You'll speak to my guy Dave, and
Mm-hmm.
he'll walk you through how to set up the channel,
Mm-hmm.
and then boom, you start making some money.
Boom. Look how simple it was to make the money. All you gotta do is make a phone call. That's it.
But I always say you have to be consistent though, because I'm not here to smoke blow or anything like that.
Nope.
It takes time.
Yes.
People have to build their audiences. People have to take the consistency to do it. It's just like with a podcast. You can't go on there one day and just say
Yeah, and think, all right, guys, this is it. I'm on the
right.
podcast. All of you guys need to listen to me. I am the
Everybody
authority.
right. You
Don't
have
work
certain
like that.
time dates that people know to go to it. That's the same thing with your show, with
Yep.
your selling.
Yep. And they know that every Monday, sometime between 7 and 8, we here on Making Moguls. And it is a beautiful thing. It is a beautiful thing. Is there anything else that you want to leave with the audience before our time comes to a close?
Um, just believe in yourself, keep your faith in God. Take one day at a time, and be with your family and love the little things. Those are the most important things.
That's a fact. That's 100% fact. I hope that y'all really enjoyed this because I really did. I really enjoyed this
Me
episode.
too. Thank you.
Great way to start off the month. Great way to really tap in and have fun and really learn. And I hope that these people take advantage. I know everything's not for everybody, but for those that are thinking of live streaming, those that already have a following, those that tap in and really connect, this is a chance to monetize on those connections.
Yeah.
And this is very important because, as you said, like, what's the point if we're not monetizing and we're not adding these extra sources of income?
Yeah.
And all last month was all about adding sources of income connecting, fixing your credit, getting these funding sources, and now we're giving you a whole extra source of income that you can add to your repertoire.
So that shirt right there, I could hit the button and then it'll go cha-ching and then it'll make that cash noise, like cash out, and then you'll know you got it. The money in your
Hey,
account.
so if you want to buy this, we're going to have to set up some Jatango on the Making
Yeah.
Moguls so that y'all can see the merch, because we got this one and we got another design coming out. See, I'm gonna do this on the live stream next time. Okay, I'm not gonna. Jatango's not set up yet. You can't click buy, but we're gonna set it up, and y'all gonna
Yeah,
have
please. I would love to have you guys.
Making Moguls Jatango link that you can buy from us both live here and when we do our live shows in person. So I hope you guys really, really, really take advantage of this. I hope all you musicians out there that's been listening really, really note the importance of putting yourself out there. Note the importance of making sure that you copyright your freaking music. I would strangle some people. I can't strangle people. I will hypothetically strangle some people. Because I'm tired of artists not doing what they need to do to protect themselves. But once you do that, everything else that we spoke about in this episode, it's going to put you in positions to win. And either they win with us or they watch us win. And tell them where to find you, please. Even though your name is plastered on the screen, please tell them where to find you.
You can find me. My name is NicoleMarieVP. It's everywhere on social media. If you type in my name, everything will pop up. All my YouTubes, it's all the same name. So, and that's another thing, you always want to have the same name, everything, so that people know where to find you.
Yep.
So Nicole Marie VP, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. And Jatango is, Jatango.com, Jatango.
Hey.
Jatango.com.
It's that simple. It's that simple, people. I hope that you guys enjoyed this episode half as much I did, because we had a ball making it today. It was a new setup. Look at that. Like, she's over there in, like, Ohio, and I'm here in New York, and it's our first time live streaming virtually in person. Unfortunately, my co-host couldn't be here today, but I ran it the hell up, and we had an amazing episode.
You did a great job.
Thank you guys. Thank you guys for staying with us. Thank you guys for tuning in. It's been wonderful. My name is Sir Vijano Alexander, the one and only. If you can't find me, you're not looking hard enough, because I'm literally the only person named Vijano on this planet. Well, not at this point. Somebody stole my name like 3 times already. But they're all little kids now, so I don't blame them. Somebody found my name and they thought it was nice. But yes, I'm the only Vijano. So it's VE_JANO on Instagram, Vijano Alexander everywhere else. As I said, if you can't find me, you're not looking hard enough. It is Monday. It is the wrap up of Making Moguls. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, because I enjoyed all this episode. I hope you guys have been tuning in, because we have been having an amazing time just dropping all these gems for you guys, putting you guys into position, and everything's going great. So I hope you guys tap in. Thank you so much. Join us later. Make sure you follow us on the Instagram. And we're out of here, baby.